Real podcast. This is episode 8 of the Let's Real podcast and the last episode of the creativity series, guys.
We're almost done. We're done with the
creativity series, not the last.
No, we're still going. We just finished the creativity.
So we have a very special guest. It's Luisa Pacurar. She is an amazing person. Like, I have known her since we were like, what? I was 7 and you were like 8, so like more than a decade. So
real friendship.
Exactly.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
So I'm Luisa. I'm 17. Whoa. And I'm an author. I'm also an artist. And I wrote 2 books.
Yeah.
One when I was 11, a kid's book. That was kind of like my start.
Her debut.
Yeah. Her audition.
Yeah. And another one when I was 15. It's called Pink Lies.
It's dope.
Yeah. And now I'm writing a trilogy, a fantasy trilogy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that one.
excited.
What is it called?
Neither. It's the trilogy will probably
Hold on, disclosed information. She's
Yeah.
telling us a secret. You cannot tell people.
will probably be called Dragonborn. Like there's a 70% chance it will be called Dragonborn.
Nice.
And
Dragonborn?
yep.
Dragonborn. I thought you said Dragon War. I was like,
That would be dope too, though.
that's the 3rd trilogy.
Yeah. That would. Okay. Anyways, so
It would be cool.
Yeah, it would be cool.
And yeah, it's
Like,
Amazing.
So you're
I'm
17
really
years
proud
old.
of it. Like I'm
You
so
should
proud of
be.
it. And even though it's not done.
So you're 17 years old. You're a writer.
Yep.
You have 2 published books. And you're in the process of writing
A
3 more
trilogy.
books. You're an artist.
With a successful art account, may I add?
Yeah,
Like,
I
super
started it
successful.
last year.
And how many followers do you have?
Like
Like-
600.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's a lot of followers. I mean, yeah. So you're doing, that just blows my mind. Like, I feel like on this podcast, this series, we've had a lot of adults on here, which has been amazing, and we've learned so much from them, and we've heard their stories of how they've gotten to where they are right now. But I love that you got to come on here and we got to hear you as a 17-year-old
Yep.
who has all of these amazing accomplishments already, and it's just really, really cool. I know it's inspiring not only us, it's also inspiring everyone else around us and the people that are going to listen to this. So we want to start you off with a basic question.
Yes.
Where did it all start? What made you start this?
So, writing actually started when I was 5 years old.
So the second you could grab a pen, you were like, I'm a writer.
I'm a writer.
Like, even though I didn't know how to write yet, like, I didn't know words or stuff.
Right.
So I drew pictures and images in these huge spiral notebooks, and I'd go and show them to people, like everyone who would listen, and just, you want to hear about the rainbow girl and the lion puppy or whatever.
You would have a whole like PowerPoint presentation ready for her story. And that's so cool because
You started before you could even write.
you started storytelling before you knew what stories were.
Yeah, which is, I'm thinking, what happened in my 5-year-old mind?
She is a super creative person, and like it's amazing to see that even when you were young, you didn't limitate yourself to things that other people might. For example, I have a difficulty writing because in my mind, I can't write if I don't know a lot of words. You feel me? Or you can't create something, and this is a misconception a lot in our society today, is like, if you don't know something to 100%, then you can't do it.
Which is
Pretty fake. Because you learn as you go. You will never start out with everything planned out.
never.
Yeah. And like everything will change, and you will learn to adapt and learn some tricks and tips that you never thought you would.
And when you start sorry,
No, it's
I'm totally interested in you, but like when you start something from the beginning and all you have is how amazing it's going to be at the end,
Yeah.
it's like, I don't know how to word it.
You have an image in your head
Yeah, of how
of
it's
what's
gonna look.
gonna look.
But then you start the journey and it's
Mhm.
like, no, this is actually isn't going as how I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
But I'm learning because
Mhm.
you can't just start something knowing everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to learn, you have to keep going, and yeah.
And I'm still learning.
Yeah. Exactly, yeah. So that takes us a little bit to our second question, and it is, what keeps you motivated? Like, what
Yeah.
makes you want to write or draw?
Like, motivation is really tricky.
Yeah.
It's always gonna be like, why am I doing this?
Mhm.
Why am I spending so much time and tears on
Yeah.
And I guess what keeps me going the most is just the thought of helping other people out there with my books and my characters.
Mhm.
Because I used to read a lot
Mhm.
and tons of books. And when I was in second grade, they just give us these assignments, and then I'd be the one kid that's like, everyone else would be give me your phones,
Right.
the teacher, but for me it would be like give me your books.
And also in camp,
Yeah.
we all had our phones taken away, except her, because
I had my book
taken away, because she would not stop reading. Like, she was one of those kids who, the second she got a free second, like, she'd sit down and read, or she'd stand up and read.
I don't know what I was on. 15-year-old me. No, it was 13.
It was for a long time, but then, look where it got her. Like, of course, don't obsess over reading. That's not good.
Yeah.
But reading is good for you, and it takes you to so many different areas of your life where you can be creative. So,
And when you love something that much, I feel like it's so much easier to keep going because it's what you enjoy. When you find something, like when you find something that you love so much, that you love writing and you love reading and you love art so much, I feel like that's way
it's easier to continue.
Yes.
Yeah.
There you go, words. You have them.
I learned a lot reading. It was great.
So
definitely worth it.
Yeah, worth it.
Read, kids.
So yeah.
Third question we have for you is, what is something you learned from? What is the biggest learning experience you've ever had?
That you're never gonna know everything about something before you start it.
True.
Like, some people are like, no, I need to prepare more. I need to research. I need to
watch more YouTube tutorials.
Yeah, I did those things, and I'm still not.
Who doesn't watch YouTube tutorials though? They're an important part of learning.
They are, yeah.
I loved analysis videos on movies and everything, and you have to get started.
Sorry, that was me. I dropped my pen.
You have to get started, honestly, and keep going, and you're gonna learn. And my second book was a really hard process because I was 14 and it went through a lot of stages. But I'm really glad I went through those stages, even though they were painful and stuff. Because I learned so much just from making mistakes and messing up.
Just sending it.
Yeah.
We
had a baseball coach.
Yeah. He taught me a lot. And shout out to Jonathan Laser, dude. Coach Laser. So he used to coach us in baseball, and it was pretty much a girls' team. We did have some boys. It was in the process, and it was a weird experience. But some people were afraid of the ball, and he was like, "Okay, if you don't catch it, you're gonna regret it, and if you get hit trying to catch it, you'll probably feel a lot better because you tried. So just send it." You know?
You're gonna regret something either way.
Yeah.
So better succeed.
At least be trying or practicing, and then that way you get to it. So shout out to Jonathan Laser for giving me that. So from now on, every time I do something that really scares me, I always just say, you know what? Let's just send it. Let's just go for it at this point. And it's said a lot in the skateboarding community too, which is awesome.
Yeah, she's a skateboard.
She's a skater girl.
So it's And it's so true, because if you don't do it, you're gonna regret not doing it. And if you fail doing it, you know what not to do next time.
I
And
want to
you-
get to the point where I want to do things just because they scare me.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
have so many things that make me nervous. I know we all do. Like doing a podcast makes me nervous.
Yeah.
Like speaking, like talking for 30
Yeah.
minutes at a time is like scary.
Yeah.
Because
And
like
I'm nervous.
you guys are listening to us talk for 30 minutes straight and we have to talk for that much amount of time and I'm like, what does my hair look like? Do I look okay? Does that make sense? Did I say that right? I don't think that's a word. Did I pronounce that well? Like all of these thoughts. But I want to get to the point, like I have a friend, Hosanna, you know who you are. She literally does things because they scare her.
Wow.
And it's
Oh.
like,
That's so cool.
okay, like I want to get there.
Yeah.
Like I want to physically do things because they actually scare me, and the fact that like you start things and that you didn't like think,
Give
oh,
up.
I want to do this, but I'm not going to do it because I'm not going to be good at it. I
Right,
think it's
yeah.
really inspirational. You actually kept going,
And that you followed through. Yeah. That's awesome.
and just the fact that you started
Mhm.
is already amazing. So,
Yeah.
Thank you.
Of course, this is all about bragging.
pretty much.
Yeah.
So.
Like they complimented me so much today.
Oh yeah.
Well, you are an amazing person, so. Our last kind of question is, what piece of advice you'd give to our young artists and writers out there? Or adults, who knows?
Yeah, I'd say just keep going.
Mm-hmm.
And for example, I also started my Instagram account when I was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was.
So, yeah, she has an Instagram account for her art, so go check that out if you want to see her art. She does amazing. It's like,
Thanks again.
Really, really.
like legit. Like,
Yeah, I had like drawing classes for 5 years.
ooh.
Okay.
A real experience. And I guess I started really shyly. I know it was just a lot of people told me to just go for it, and I said I am, even though I have a lot of schoolwork and a lot of stuff to do. I'm gonna do it because it brings me joy. It brings me happiness in a way. And I share a lot of art on there, and even some things about my book.
Yeah, so if you want some insides of the book or previews, go check out our art account. It's called Lou Roseman. Am I right? Yeah, I memorized it. It's called Lou Roseman. Go check her out on Instagram. It's great.
Yeah, thanks again.
You're welcome.
And I guess just don't be afraid to make mistakes, because everyone's gonna make mistakes, and honestly, no one knows what they're doing when it comes to anything.
So true.
So once I stopped trying to be perfect at everything and trying to make it all amazing from the first try, it was a lot easier to just create and make stuff that was beautiful and
Wow.
So good.
Yeah, just letting go.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I love it.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you so much
coming.
for coming.
This
Yeah,
is
I'm
so
glad to
fun.
be
this was
here.
great. Like it's
Yeah.
so yeah. This is pretty much the wrap up of the creativity series.
This was so fun.
This was so
Kinda sad it's
fun.
done,
It
but
was.
we'll
Yeah, it's
obviously do more.
bittersweet. It's bittersweet because now we have great themes coming up. So stay tuned for that. A few announcements before we wrap up the video. We will be taking a break for about a week and a half. We will be traveling and working out for school because we do have lives. We'll be working on that. There will be a pause of a week and a half. So make sure to go catch up on the rest of the Let's Be Real podcast. All of the episodes can be found on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and YouTube. All the links are in our bio. Also for this week and a half we will be active on Instagram, and we will keep you guys updated, so don't worry, you're not left out. Also go check out her account.
Yes.
Right, we'll tag her in it, so make sure to go check it out. And thank you guys so much for sticking with us through this whole thing. We hope you have something to take from this amazing series called the Creativity Series. And we hope you learned something and you discovered some new talents of yours. So
Or you just got some good laughs.
yeah. That also works. So see you guys.
Have the best week.